Now then, we're in the glass house and it's mid-April and it's about time to sow some carrots. Now, in the past I have had some success with sowing carrots outside, but the soil has to be very fine, it has to be the right moisture content, the weather has to be nice and warm, and I will also cover up the drill, water the bottom of the drill, sow the seed, cover it up, and then cover it up with a strip of black plastic, something like that, just to keep the moisture in and increase the heat. However, it's not totally reliable. On sandier land, it's probably easier. However, what I've sort of the last couple of years, I've planted the seeds in, where are we? Cardboard tubes, centre and loo rolls. Filled them up with soil, planted in the top, put them all in a seed tray, let them germinate. When they're not very high, it's time to plant them out because the roots will be virtually down the bottom straight away. Yeah, and with carrots, disturbance to the root means you get a forked carrot. But this seems to work for us. Gives you that sort of flexibility, and then you can plant them where you want them. Yeah, and of course you might get 5 or 6 in one of these, so you'll have to thin them out fairly soon. That doesn't take into account the vagaries of the pigeons and mice and rabbits and all sorts of things like that. But at least we're giving it a go. So let's just have a look. So this is just some home produced compost with a bit of sifted soil added in there. So it's not a commercial compost. But it will do the job. There might be some weed seeds in there, or guaranteed there will be some weed seeds in there. But we can work around that. I'm not sure about the efficacy of commercially produced compost. So over the year we save all these bits of cardboard, which is blatantly obvious. Yep. I shouldn't worry about the compost falling in between the tubes. It just helps to stabilise them. You know, you could spend forever filling up each individual tube. Just do your best. And of course, as I've said earlier, if you've got sandy land, this is probably not required. Now, sandy land will warm up a lot quicker in the spring, and it's freer draining. But even though our veg plot has been used for 30 years now, and it's had a lot of manures and composts and organic matters added, you can't get away from the the base soil conditions. You can improve it dramatically, but you still, you know, we're quite low lying here. We're 8 feet above sea level, so the ground does take quite a long time to warm up in the spring. Just pressing this down a little bit. There's a weed seed there already. I mean, you could get involved in sterilising this compost and all sorts of complicated things. This is what the Victorians used to do. They used to steam it. But then Victorian gardeners used to work for a year for about 4.3 halfpenny, and they were very reliant upon their employers. And of course, that's not a good thing. And lots of people are very reliant upon their employers nowadays, and very trusting of them. I believe it's a trust that's misplaced quite frequently. Anyway, enough of that. That's politics, isn't it? So here we go. A couple of seeds. Far too many. This is red cord. It's reasonably old seed, so I am sowing plenty just to make sure we get some germination. That'll do. And then just a little bit of compost over the top. And I shall do another one of these trays, because as you appreciate, each one of these would turn out to be one carrot with a bit of luck. And I fixed the focus of the camera on this little section here, so hopefully the camera hasn't been following my movements. So just a bit of water. And it wants to be in the warm. Get those seeds germinating straight away. Right, so that's the second lot done, which is grand. I'll just water them in a moment. Now then, we've got a few leeks here. Started these off quite early and they didn't germinate very well. And I've got another pot here which is a lot better. But they need to grow on for another few days, whereas this I think we can safely transplant these. So we just, there we go. Get these growing on a bit more. Quite nice compost this. And so we go on. And it just allows the fact that you can get them growing on reasonably well before you put them out. But leeks tend to take quite a while to germinate. Got to give them plenty of time. And we got some in here in a clump. So just break that up. And of course when I plant these out, I'll plant them a bit deeper still to get a longer stem. That is a bit of grass. And so we go on, that'll do. So there we go, that's just another little bit in the glass house, and at some point this spring or summer I'll be doing some more work on this glass house. This side above me here, I went through the whole lot and repaired it last late spring. So the side behind the camera is going to get the same treatment. It's a bit of a long and arduous process, but this glass house is, I'm guessing, nearly 70 years old, and it's just a labour of love. You just repair it and repair it. But it is 21 foot wide and 50 foot long, so it's a useful side. Anyway, that's enough for now. Catch up with you soon.